got a story to tell y'all about the first John I ever pumped out. Just for the record, I think I was the first person ever to pump out a John, even if it was manually. It was me that started this whole business of pumping toilets. My name is Oliver DeWitt, friends call me Ollie, and this is my story. It was April of 1939. I was 17 years old, and me and Vera Brockington sat in my daddy's cornfield. The sun was setting all over North Dakota. The golden rays of the sun lit up her blue eyes like the 6 balls at Harley's pool hall. He had 2 6 balls because he lost a 9 when Herb Cochran beat up Myron Gibson last Halloween. So we used one of the 6s for a 6 and one for a 9. And Vera's eyes were all 6s. I leaned over and kissed her on the cheek, and she smiled till I nearly died. Then she reached into her purse and pulled out a small, tiny, black and white photograph of herself smiling. Her hair all pretty and smooth. She handed it to me, and I could not believe it. This was the most incredible, most valuable thing anybody had ever given to me. She said, "It's yours." And I said, "I will cherish and protect this picture of you, Vera, until the day I die. I will never let it leave my side. Never." We kissed again and again, and I stuck that photograph in my shirt pocket close to my heart. That night I didn't even take off my shirt because I didn't want to be away from my beautiful Vera Brockington. The next morning, my daddy banged on my door and shouted, "Son, I've got to go into town today and I've got a chore for you to do." I jumped up wearing that same shirt, threw on my faded jeans, and followed Daddy out to the outhouse out back of the house. He said, "We ain't got time to dig a new hole, 'cause we got company coming. Your Aunt Benny and Uncle Oscar's gonna be here tomorrow. So I need you to take this bucket and this rope and clean out the outhouse. Just drop the bucket down, load it up, and dump it over there in the cornfields." With that, he left. Yuck. So I started dropping that bucket on the end of my rope down into the smelly dark hole. I pulled up a load and walked it out to the cornfield, and with 3,000 or 4,000 flies that had now become my friends. Somewhere after the 6th or 7th load, I don't really know, I tossed that bucket down into that rotten pit, and somehow that beautiful picture of Vera Brockington floated out of my pocket right down the center of that hole. I swiped at it, but it was too late. I could barely see it in the dark hole, so I tried fishing it out with the bucket, but it just wouldn't bite, not even a nibble. So I leaned over as far as I could, hoping to reach the tiny thing, and before I could say, "Hallelujah, brother," I went kerplunk head first into that stuff. Yuck. Spitting and sputtering, gagging and choking, I grabbed the slimy photograph, and 2 hours later, I managed to climb all the way out. Yuck. There stood my father. He looked at me and finally said, "Don't light any matches."